Get it. Jim Beebe here. I'm in the library. I got a new guest. We got Quinn Barham in today. It's weird. Just I reached out to Ohio State a while back, and I went on this little road trip. I went and visited them and Mickey Marotti, and also stopped by Westside Barbell, a couple other gyms. He set me up for a day with Quinn. Came in and helped me with his. I was got to watch his combine prep, and kind of took me under his wing. And from there, kind of just had a great day and then left. I haven't talked to him. He hasn't talked to me since. Been going different directions. He left Ohio State. Now he's with Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers down in the Carolinas. He's listed as Director of Speed, Strength, and Conditioning at Coastal Carolina. Oversees all aspects of physical training, varsity athletics. He's got over 7 full-time coaches, 10 plus interns, over 400 athletes, primarily football, but some other areas as well. He's got all the letters after his last name, the CSCS and the Masters and everything else. Got a much better looking beard than I have. Looks great. Mine's white as Santa Claus's. His is like looks so much younger. So Quinn Barrow, welcome to the show. Thanks for being on.
Tim, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for contacting me. I remember that day you visited, and it's amazing how this business works. And you never know when things will come back full circle. So appreciate you for having me. It's an honor to be here with you.
One of the ways I do that is that when I show up and someone says yes, like you guys did, or the guys at Westside or anywhere else, guys at Louisville, I bring like a stack of different books that have helped me over the years. And you see the ones behind me, and I'm like, hey, if you haven't read any of these, I would recommend it. And then so I just give them a book. People they're not going to take cash or anything like that or gift certificates. So I usually bring a book and they say, hey, that's cool. And we people let me come back. So it's been great. My first question for you. Quinn played a number of sports growing up, kind of sucked at t-ball, but he said he balled out at goalie in soccer. Uh, Basketball was going fine for a while, but ultimately his calling was football, and he went to play on at Penn State, made captain there, and then went and spent a couple years in the NFL. He's with the Detroit Lions as a undrafted free agent. After that, went right into the strength and conditioning world, working with athletes. What was your welcome to college football moment when you were at Penn State? You're like, oh shoot, this isn't quite high school anymore. It's a whole different animal. What was that moment, and what was that like?
Man, day one, we summer workouts. This was 2007. Strength coach at the time, JT, my dog, John Thomas. It was JT, Jeremy Scott, and I want to say that first week we had a 300-yard shuttle,
Mm.
and 25 yard and back, with 8 times I believe, and I was like, oh, I was not prepared for this one. I didn't. And I'm like, what is this? And the young cast at first, we're hanging on the old guy. Up, man, get off of me, stand up. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, and I came in thinking I had to be 295, and it was a fat 295 pounds.
Yep.
And that was the first. I'm like, oh, this is how it's gonna be. And they said, yeah, man, you better buckle up. Okay. Then over time, that freshman year, I lost a little bit of weight because I thought, oh man, summer workouts. I came in too heavy, gained too much weight before I arrived. Then we're in fall camp, and I was already an undersized tackle, 6'3", 295 at the time. Lost a bit of weight, got down to like 280, and so it was time for the threes, the third string to get into the scrimmage, and you had guys I'm trying to think who was there at the time. I mean, um, Jared Odrick, Devin Steele, Eric Lattimore. I mean, giant, 6'5", 275, just huge guys, long arms. Larry Johnson recruited guys. And I'm getting thrown in the backfield, long arm in the backfield, pow. And then, of course, you get thrown in the backfield, you disrupt the whole play. Then Bill Kenny, O-line coach, man, we can't run behind you. Run to the other side. We can't run behind that guy. And as an offensive lineman, you take pride in coach. Run behind me, man. Like I'm the guy. I create the holes. I just kept getting thrown in the backfield over and over again. So I came in overweight and fat in June, lost weight, and then was still underweight, lost the wrong kind of weight, and then got thrown in the backfield every play. So those are my two moments. So I'm like, you know what? Let me tighten my diet. Let me actually listen to these people, listen to the support staff and strength conditioning, nutrition, and things started to get better for me.
Clearly, because they didn't kick you off the team, and then elevated to captain. Now, from year to year, and even 5 years ago, like College Game Day was different once they added Pat McAfee, and College Game Day 20 years ago was different than it is today. They still have the whiteouts back then and those night games at Penn State. Talk about what that's like playing in something like that in that environment as a player, and then when you worked at Ohio State, you got to go there as an away team. Talk about both aspects.
I tell you what, when you when you're visiting Penn State, you come off the highway and then you get off the exit and make your way to campus driving, you just see that giant stadium just pop up on you. Anywhere you pull up on it is right there, whether you're the opponent coming from the airport or whether you're visiting or whatever. That stadium, it never ceases to amaze me with the magnitude and size of it. Then when you go there for a game, and as a freshman, you're like, well, one, even when you get recruited, you're like, okay, this is crazy. Like they're cheering for you. They're, can't wait to get you here. Then when a game happens, when you're actually there, and I've redshirted my freshman year. Now I was a backup center and guard my first 3 years. So I had my time on the sidelines. And you see the amount of people that are just there. You just look up. It's people there. Look to the right, people everywhere. And then it's so loud, you can't even hear yourself talk. I remember talking to my boy Chima Okoli. I played left tackle, center, and guard. He played right tackle. We were just like, man, this is crazy. Like one day they were cheering for us one day. And and then you see that as the game goes on, it's so loud that the opposing team, they're jumping off sides. I mean, false start. And you're like, is this for real? Then when you get in the game, and it's like you're the one on the field, and it's like it's quiet when you're on offense. But then on the other side, you're like, it is so loud. I don't understand it.
Mm,
And then let's say when a team comes in, like in Ohio State, I remember the Terrell Pryor days and those teams back then, those Michigan teams, they come in, it's so loud. And in fact, to see them perform at a high level in a stadium like that is crazy. And then to be on the other side of it at Ohio State, I remember 2016, I'm like, oh my God, it is. And they get up for those games.
right,
Like they get up for those games. And so it's a deafening noise and sound in there.
right.
It's unlike any other in college football.
My daughter, she goes to Alabama. She studies aerospace engineering, and I say, what time do those RVs and those campers start rolling in on a game day weekend? She's like, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'm like, they have like I think the lot. So I'm from Ohio, born and raised in Cleveland. And if I wanted a season long pass just for for an RV, which I never did, I don't even own an RV. At the Ohio State game, it's like 25 grand for like the
Oh my
entire
goodness.
the entire season. And I've only been to Penn State once. My I went to Purdue, and my fraternity initiated uh, the same fraternity and added it to Penn State's campus. So we went there for that, and it was late fall. And if I can remember correctly, we were a bit intoxicated later. I remember a lot of rolling hills and a lot of like trees, and it was like just beautiful. And I was like, man, this place is, and everyone was super nice, super nice. Probably because there wasn't an away game, but I remember just being a beautiful campus and rolling in there. And you're right, seeing this stadium. I was like, man, this is enormous. It's 100,000 people and a beautiful piece of property.
It's like another world out there. And it's funny, I've never got the chance to tailgate out there.
Mm,
I never, like my parents always talked about it, teammates that go back. And then since I've been coaching, I've had a chance to really go back, other than being an opponent, and I never had a chance to tailgate. And they said a tailgating experience at Penn State,
and
crazy,
look,
like any other, man.
best food you'll ever have, and they'll be getting there early, so they're good and lubed up for those night games.
There you go.
My goodness. Um, Similarly, you advance, you do well enough. Um, NFL ends up taking a look at you, and you sign on with the Lions. We just had a recording with Lauren Strickland. He's in his second year with the Lions. He's a free agent. He plays safety. I know him because he played at Ball State. My son is finished is has he's in his last year at Ball State as a linebacker, and so Lauren is trying to make the team at Detroit. We just had him on. What was the welcome to the NFL, the not for long league? What was the welcome to the NFL moment for you as a player?
It was definitely not for long. It was free agency, and I remember watching the draft on Saturday. My parents, I'm in my living room, no draft party, none of that, and I'm watching the draft. And part of me thought I might get selected on Saturday, but I'm like, nah, let me just keep doing my house chores, doing my normal stuff. I still worked out that morning, and so once the draft was over, I'm on the phone with my agent, and we're talking, looking at different opportunities, and so the best opportunity for me was Detroit. Chance to play, center, guard, whatever. I knew I could do it, and I wasn't a 6'6" tackle, so I knew I'd be a center and guard. So I'm like, I'm ready. Let's do it. So I get there, and we're going through workouts, rookie mini camp, OTAs, and never got to fall camp. Never made it that far. But watching these guys train and work out, Ndamukong Suh
Mm.
at the time, Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford, um, Nick Fairley played D tackle at Auburn at the time or back then, and I'm like, I'm going against these guys. Like this is insane. And I can't remember the kicker's name, but he had been there for 20 years. And I'm like, what in the world? What kind of world am I in right now? And when I saw how freaky it was at that level and the athletes and the talent level, I remember, we're in OTAs and we're just in helmets and jerseys, but I mean, we're going through full speed. I'm blocking Nick Fairley, and we throw a screen. I can't remember the running backs. I mean, it might have been Java the best, maybe. And we throw a screen, boom, he takes it down the sideline. And Nick, either he's engaged with us. Next, he takes off and he runs, I would say, at least 60 yards. Hume, and hawks this guy down, taps him on the shoulder. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
That's a
I
D
didn't see
lineman,
that at
A D lineman,
6'5", 295, 300.
just hauling ass and catches up to him.
Oh man. I didn't see that at Penn State.
Sure.
And then I see that, and this guy, he came from Auburn and so I'm like, I've been watching him. Then we actually go against this guy and you watch him in person, and he just jogs back to the huddle like nothing happened. I said, okay, this is the NFL, huh? All right. All right. Then the next moment came when I got cut. And there's always this guy, they call him the Grim Reaper. And I think he
Mm.
might have been an ops member or a personnel guy, a personnel guy. And, he would come to that locker room every day, and you didn't know if he was coming for you.
Mm.
And when he did come for you, hey man, I need you to get your playbook. We'll go upstairs and talk to coach. And he said, you knew. And sometimes you saw guys before you. Next you know, you see the nameplate in the locker cleared. And we stayed at the hotel during those times. So you saw he was gone already. It was a wild experience. I remember being called into that office and, hey man, you did a great job. It's just, you had to make some roster moves. In fact, I got cut in order for them to bring a receiver. So I'm like, oh, you didn't even bring an O-lineman. I was at least like, who can I be mad at? Like, is this guy better than me or what? No, it was a receiver.
Right.
So that showed me it was a true business.
Sure.
And and then when I finished my meeting, they took me back to the hotel. They said, hey, your flight is in 2 hours. Your flight's in 3 hours. Need you downstairs with your bags packed. And we already have your flight ready to go. And I'm like, oh.
Wow.
And it was, and the way they talk, business as usual.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, okay, this is for real.
Right.
Like this is a real, like it's cutthroat, man. Not for long, like you said.
Yeah. The amount of margin there is minuscule. You can't even see the margin. It's just a tiny little hair where they're looking for. It's the best of the best, right? 53 people total, plus your backups on the other squad that help out. But other than that, it's 53 people. Right?
It's crazy.
Over 100 college teams with 100 people per team, and they only take a couple hundred every year. Oh my goodness.
I mean, my bags had to be packed. My
Yeah.
flight was already secured. I'm like, what? And I mean, I didn't cry. I wasn't. I mean, I was frustrated, but I'm like, this is it, huh?
Yeah.
This is really it. And so we move on. I was back in Durham at my parents' house later that afternoon.
when you saw some of the talent, we were like, shoot, this might not be it for me. It'll be tough. I got a shot, but man, I really got to be at my absolute best to be able to hang with some of these guys.
Every day. You have to. You have to come prepared. I mean, I knew what was going to work for me was my effort, my attention to detail, my discipline, my consistency. And I had some ability, but I had to make up for it in other ways, man. And I was undersized. So I'm in that play, but I had to learn center, guard. I tried to learn as much as I could. I want to know what everyone was doing, every
Hmm.
position group, every defense, just to get that edge. And for me, it was effort based. Like I was like, man, this is wild. And then I thought I was one of the better guys in college, and then I go to the league, different level,
Yep.
different level.
You know, being a Southern guy, but you played Big Ten football, and then we're at Detroit for a little bit, but that's a lot of cold Midwest games. October, not so bad, but November, December, right? And you could be at Michigan, you could be at Iowa, Wisconsin, Nebraska. Like they're all open field stadiums, right? Talk about getting up for some of those games, but also sometimes those non-conference games. You could head down south to Auburn and be 95 horrible heat and humidity. Talk about getting through some of the just the overall environment. Playing offensive linemen, those guys typically don't wear sleeves. They make fun of all the D linemen guys who are wearing sleeves, all the pretty boys over there, right? Calling them stupid. We're the smart guys, blah blah blah. But there's a lot of pain and suffering in that line. Once the ball snapped, it's mesh point and go, and then they add in bad weather, which is the norm. Talk about that, and loving when they run the ball, things like that. Talk about that as an old lineman.
Oh yeah, O line pride, O line pride, and it's a mentality. It's blue collar, it's dirty, it's grimy, it's nasty. You don't get the glory, but you know that you have to do your job for everyone else to do theirs, and to get the glory. Now I wasn't a guy. I didn't wear sleeves. I wore sleeves my freshman year, and my big bros, they were like, "Yeah, no, you can't do that, man. You got to take those sleeves off." I'm like, "I'm not even in the game, dude. What do you mean?" Nope, got to take them off. And we're in the sideline trying to stay warm, and it's like huddled by the heater, looking silly. Then once you start playing, that Pennsylvania air hits different. The ground hurts when you hit it, but then in the trenches it's a fight. So you're down there fighting every play. You might hurt crunch a finger up here and there, um, but it's worth it when that running back breaks free for a 30-yard touchdown.
Right.
It's worth it when your quarterback can get that ball off and that wide receiver can come down with the catch with the ball. So, but then in those stadiums and when it's cold like that, I remember Iowa, I remember Ohio State, Wisconsin, obviously Penn State. I mean, it's freezing out there,
Hmm.
and you go out there in pregame warm-ups. You got your headphones in, you got your music going. You're like, okay, it's cold. All right. And then in the locker room, they have some ointment you can put on to warm you up. It's like, man, you're not gonna see me getting rubbed down. I'm not gonna rub down just deal with it. Tape up your hands, tape up your thumbs, your fingers, get your gloves on. It's time to go. And then you look at the DBs, they're trying to get the little armband right.
Oh yeah.
And then they got the pretty little mouthpiece. And I think back then we had the spinner's mouthpiece. I didn't wear them, but they had those things and making sure my cleats and my socks. For us, man, we just strap up and go, strap up and go. But yeah, it's that weather. It's different when you're playing because you don't really feel it. But when things slow down or you get a TV timeout, oh my gosh,
Two and a
TV
half,
timeout
three,
is
two
killer.
and a half, 3 minutes sitting there.
Hey, it's quick, but it's so long because the coach he'll give you the play
Yeah.
and he may talk to you, hey, what you seeing out there, but he gives you the play. You just stand there waiting.
Yeah.
And you might look for your parents in the stands, look for your girlfriend, and you're like, no, it's cold out here, man. Like, all right, let's go. Next thing you know, whistle blows, it's time to go.
Shoot. Um, I had a question I want to ask. What do you absolutely love about football? Is it run blocking, pass blocking, running a trap play, and someone coming through, they don't see you coming to put your forearm in their ear hole? If you had to sum up these one or two things. So there's obviously some things that no one loves about football. What's one or two of the things that you absolutely love about
With O-line play, you get to impose your will on somebody. You get to move a man from here to there. It's like, hey, you're right here, and I'm going to move you over there. Now, I know you're going to resist. You're going to fight. You're going to do the best you can, but I'm going to get this job done. And it's good. It's even better when you have a battle. When you're going back and forth with a guy, he wins a battle, he wins it down, you win it down, but you just keep showing up, and he starts talking trash to you. I was a guy I didn't really talk trash because I was so tired. I mean, I'm done, I'm done, and but it's just the physicality of it. I mean, there's nothing else like it that I've seen, and I loved I loved run blocking. I really love pass blocking. Just because you can just stay in the front. You're playing basketball with a guy, but then if he wants to bull rush you or he may give you a spin move, and I'm still right here. I'm still right here. I love that part of it. Um, then I love long drives, 8 play drives, 10 plays, 15 play drives, and then just that satisfaction of a touchdown,
it?
knowing that you never knew when it was going to break, you never knew when that play was going to happen, and let's say you're the block that sprung that run, that sprung the touchdown. You hear the crowd react to it, and let's say you see the running back, boom, zooms right by you. Oh, he's gone. Okay, and you're running, you're chasing. Okay, he made a miss. Oh, and it's a touchdown. Like
Right?
that just makes it all worth it. And you see the fans go crazy, and you hear just the music, and I mean, it's nothing like it, man. It's
Mm.
nothing like it.
So things don't work out in Detroit. You come home, and what you said you had listed, I couldn't believe it. Your next step was, at least in your mind, you're going to be a personal trainer for celebrities and just travel the world with all the hot guys and hot girls and being a personal trainer, living that fun life on planes and stuff. How'd you get there and then not there, moving on to strength and conditioning in schools?
It's a great question, man. I'm like, because I knew, okay, I knew I wanted to train people. I knew, okay, I love the weight room. I love body transformations and what it does for people and the confidence and all those things. And I'm like, man, what if I got a chance to travel the world and just basically be with Will Smith and did whatever he did, and then just train him in the mornings, train him at night, whatever, and then we go bungee jump, do the things he does, watch
Right?
him act and do his thing on set. And it's like, well, what about Denzel? Maybe you with Denzel all the time, and just traveling the world, seeing Italy and Africa and all these places. Then I'm like, all right, what about let's get really like, what about a real guy, man, like Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Train him over there in the Iron Paradise and all that. So that was the initial dream and the goal. And I'm like, I don't know about this anymore. Like, how do you even meet these people? Like, how do
Right.
you get in with them? And back then, Instagram was just starting, Facebook was hot, Twitter was just beginning. This was 2010, 2011. So I'm like, yeah, that's not really realistic, man. So then I did internships. I had a physical therapy internship in college, interned in the weight room my senior year, the spring semester, then came home after pro ball was over. I'm like, all right, I want to train people. Started my high school, and I'm listening to Joe DeFranco, I mean, who was at West Side back then? I'm trying all that stuff. Didn't know what I was doing. And I'm going out of the encyclopedia bodybuilding. I'm just trying stuff out at my high school with these kids, and we're doing box squat, bars crashing on their backs. I'm like, I don't know what this is going to work or not. I saw that guy do it, and then it grew, man. It grew, but yeah, I was in my high school weight room, assistant O line coach, fake strength coach, and then it just grew from there. But celebrity personal trainer, nah, that had to go soon.
Gotcha. So you work your way up, and I met you over Ohio State, and it looks like it's a well-oiled machine. When I came and visited you guys, everything's humming along, and I have a note here about you dropping a whistle. Well, that's not necessarily that big of a deal. But you wrote dropping a whistle, leading the warm-ups at Ohio State football. Like mistakes happen. It's not a big deal, is it?
It's not a big deal. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
Okay.
I'll tell you this: I did not deserve to be at Ohio State my third year coaching. I did not. I was not supposed to be there, and that's how I know it was outside of my power, outside of my doing. that I ended up there my third year of full-time coaching at the college level. And for Mickey Marotti, who is like he's a mentor. He is like family to me, like an uncle, another father. He means a lot to me. And for him to take a shot on me, 25-year-old guy, I wasn't the first choice for that position. I wasn't the second pick for that position. For him to take a shot on me means a lot, and I'm forever grateful for him, and indebted to him. That was the first level. The next level was, hey man, I'm going to groom you to be a head strength coach. Part of that is leading the warm up. You lead the warm up, you're setting the tone.
Yep.
You're the guy that sets the standard for the rest of the day. You're the energy bringer. Like, and if I give you this warm up, like that's hard for me. He was like, yeah, for me to give you the warm up cue, this is hard for me, man. Like this is hard. I'm used to doing everything, but I know you need it. So he gives it to me, and we're clapping up. Guys are clapping. A cadence clap on the whistle, all those things. And we clap it up. Then we go bring it up. Ah! So I'm clapping, blowing the whistle. But I forgot. So coach, he doesn't wear his whistle around his neck when he's blowing in the warm-ups. He doesn't have the lanyard around his neck. And I tried to do exactly what he did. So whistle in my mouth, clapping, and blowing the whistle at the same time. But then when we go up and get the
Oh
the
shoot.
whistle came out of my mouth.
Oh boy.
And the whole team coaches, they're still up here. Because I got to bring them back down. I got to bring them down. But the whistle, I dropped the whistle. So, and then they modeled themselves off of me. My arms came back down, got to get the whistle. They go down, they're like, 150 people like, oh man, this guy. And mind you, these are big dog coaches here now.
Right?
This is Urban Meyer, Greg Schiano, Ryan Day, all these guys. And coach is like, he blew the whistle, stopped it all, pick your whistle up. Do it again, start it over. So I had to start it over, do it again, I got it right. But the players, I didn't hear the end of it. They killed me all practice long. Coach got on me, and then he gave me another shot. And then that was kind of my welcome to Ohio State. This is what you signed up for, bro.
Was did your time there overlap with Urban Meyer at all?
Yes. So I got there in 2016, and then coach retired in 20 after the 2018 season. So I was with him for 16, 17, 18, 3 years, 3 seasons, and then that's when Ryan Day took over in 2019, and I was with him 2019, 21, and 22.
I met Anthony Schlegel out at a Zach Evanesh event in New York last year, and I met up with him, gave him my book, and he's like, "Hey, I'd like to be on your show if that's cool." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." But I don't know if you know Anthony or not, but
Oh yeah,
lot,
oh yeah.
lots
Attack and
of
dominate. Attack and dominate, baby.
a lot of energy, right? And he's a good old boy redneck where he wants to be out just doing stupid shit in the woods. And he said that when he was coaching under Urban, I think maybe at Carolina, maybe Panthers, he's like, if you make a mistake, Urban's intensity was, he said, Schlegel's words were, he will melt your face off. He will melt your face off, coming at you, screaming at you, saying everything you can about you, like calling you out for everything. The intensity was just unbelievably relentless.
Oh,
Playing.
it was, otherworldly. And I get it. Now I get it. I get it. He didn't talk to me for 2 years, at least 2 years. And we're passing through the hallway, whether it's, I'm coming out of the weight room, going to the restroom, or he's walking around, didn't say a word. Barely
Mhm.
make eye contact because he was so intense and focused on what he was doing. And he was big on adding value. Add value to the program in some type of way. He didn't care if you were the starting quarterback, or if you were the fourth string long snapper, or you were the custodian. Add value and be the best at what you do. And whatever responsibilities you get and you receive, own it.
Yes.
That's your baby, and be the best at it. And my responsibilities at the time, I was working with the skilled players, wide receivers, DBs, training the specialists, kickers, punters, snappers, combine training, pro day training. And so be the best at what you do. And if you aren't, we'll find somebody that wants to be and will be. And that's how the culture was there. And I believe it's still the same, knowing that Coach Variety is still there,
Sure.
is you got to add value, be the best at what you do. And if you're not, we'll find somebody else. And people, anybody want to be in that spot.
Yep.
And so I knew it was a value spot, a coveted spot, and I had to match coach's intensity.
Now you're down at Coastal Carolina. Um, and over the years, growing up, they'll say, well, that person's like this because that's how they're born or built that way. So there's the whole nature versus nurture argument. And having coached at some different places, played at different places, been around different people, you start to come up. You said, oh, I don't even know what they're doing at Westside with box squats, but you know when to incorporate it now. And everybody's different personalities, right? And so, what are a couple of the things that you have made your own or you've adopted from along the way that, hey, when I run now that I'm the head guy running the strength program for a major program, here are some of the staples, here are our core values, here's what I want to be, I want us to be known for.
Yes. My goal at Coastal now, I wanted to make Coastal Strength Conditioning a worldwide brand. So that when people see this Chanticleer head here, they see that shot head, they know that in terms of strength conditioning, they're the best at what they do. They are experts at training. They know that if I were to send my child to play volleyball, football, soccer, tennis, baseball, I'm getting the best training possible. I'm getting coaches that are intentional, that are passionate, that are a staff that is aligned, a group of people that respect me as a person, as a student athlete, and respect my child if I'm sending them there. But we want to elevate and be the best at what we do.
Hmm.
And so when it comes to just training on a day-to-day basis, we're going to create an environment where hard work, discipline, and consistency are embraced and respected. So we want our kids, we want our athletes to enjoy training, but we want to enjoy hard training. And so if that means putting on the music they enjoy, fine. If that means just setting that environment for them, we'll do that. However, we're going to train hard. Like we're going to push you to your absolute limits.
Hmm.
And we're going to make it memorable. And we're going to make sure that you leave here feeling accomplished, empowered, and knowing that, hey, I got that work in. Whether it was 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., we're going to make sure that we push our athletes to be the best that they can be and provide the best training possible.
So far we've only been on the show here for about a half hour, but a couple things. One, you pointed out that at the Lions you want to make sure you knew the center's job, the guard's job in case they moved you, or in case you line up against somebody. So there's a knowledge component. You talked about first year at Penn State, came in heavy and not the good kind of heavy where you're strong and lean and still powerful, a little bit, too much body fat. Then you're talking about intensity. So in the athlete builder world on this show, in my book and what we're about, with the head, there's your mindset, who you are. You talk about intensity and discipline. Then still there's the knowledge of your sport, how to do a box squat correctly or not, or the playbook correctly or not. And then there's what comes out of your mouth. That's your team, how you work with teammates. Three things in your head. In your body, it's how do you eat, how do you train, and then how do you recover. And you're already touching on three or four of the things that we talk about. We figured there really isn't really anything else. If we keep pushing the envelope in all six of those areas, finding whatever the weak link is in all six and bring that up. Find out where we're awesome in all six and bring that up so we can actually use that as our competitive advantage to beat people. You're already doing that all the time yourself and then instilling it in others. How do you do that year after year when a lot of times in a 100-man roster for a football team, and you said you got 400 athletes because you have other sports, you could have 50% turnover. You might not bring in as many high school seniors. Maybe it's less now. Maybe it's probably not the 22 to 25 like used to happen 10 years ago. But you might lose 50 players and they have to bring in another whole 50. The entire makeup, consistency, camaraderie of the team is completely turned over. Development is now out the window almost. People are already gone. Got to come in and play immediately. And then you add in payments, money. How does that even happen now? Like I could not fathom it without a salary. At least the NFL has a salary cap. Here's the money. It's all manageable, right? Now it's just the Wild West still right now for college sports. This question could be the entire show too. You know, it's just such a huge question. What's going on? How do you handle it?
Oh man,
How do you keep building the intensity and the culture?
I saw it in the beginning stages at a high level at Ohio State, and I remember pulling up to the parking lot to work, or maybe leaving at lunch or something like that. You see the parking lot, and you see these cars. You see like Mercedes Benzes and Benz trucks, and you see cars with jersey numbers on the hood and custom this, custom that. You're like, this is what this is now? Like, are you serious? And then it's like, well, hey, he's making a lot of plays. If if he gets a chance to get paid, hey, go ahead and go all out. And if a guy's never had that kind of money, those kind of opportunities, have at it. So I saw it at the Ohio State level, and even walk-ons, they had opportunities. Hey man, you stay on this video game stream for a certain amount of time, you get a certain amount of money, and just talk about our company on your stream. Then you come to Coastal, um, trying to figure out the NIL situation. How does it work at a group of five school, and how can we get more money? And what is it? What do you mean the guys may only be here for a semester? What do you mean? Like, how does that work? How do I get paid? All those different things. So you're trying to figure it out. How much is a Sunbelt running back worth? What is the asking price? What do we have to give? And so all of that is happening, and it affected recruiting. It affected, the athletes we could get. The conversations were different in recruiting visits, and how we train was different. And so I'm like, okay, how do you do this? Is this NFL free agency? If you know you only have a guy for maybe really 4 months from January to April, because pretty much spring football, winter workouts and spring football, that's his tryout period. Then, or if I get a guy that comes in June, you get him from June to December, that's what, 7 months. So then it's like, how can I maximize this time? If it's a freshman, if it's a freshman, you'll make a lot of gains there. But if it's an older player, you got to learn as much as you can about his history, injury history, training history. I'll call the previous strength coaches. Hey, what'd you do there? What are his tendencies? Did you back squat him? Did you load him up? How did you load him? What did you do to fix it? Try to build off of that, and then kind of meet them where they are. Like if he has a mobility issue, try to emphasize that. And you may see some individualized programming, but you had to really get detailed and know what the athlete was coming from previously and then how to train them there. And it's like, if I only got you for 7 months, we're going to maximize it. Like, and the basics work. That's one thing I'm learning. The basics work, especially how you talked about taking care of the body,
Yep.
just eating, hydration, monitoring body weight, skeletal muscle mass, body fat percentage. The basics work, and we have to maximize them, especially in the transfer portal era.
Mm, mm. You know, even just having like my son plays at Ball State, and he is so every year, like Madden, they have the NCAA football game comes out, and if he's in the game, he gets a check, and it like tripled over last year. I'm like, what happened? They sell. I'm like, I'm doing the math. Like, there's 100 kids on the team. Not everyone makes it in the video game, but they have, I don't know how many kids they have in the video game, times X number of dollars, times X number of schools, and that's just a Ball State school, not a Coastal or Ohio State or Michigan or Alabama. And I'm like, how do they even have enough money coming in off these video game sales to pay all these players plus the developers and the designers and still turn a profit for the company? It just blew my mind just on one product, video game. I'm like, did you have to do anything? No, I made it into the game, so they sent me a check.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And I remember in 2010. I remember in 2010 for us, it was a big deal to get in the game.
Right.
Like it's like hopefully I make it. Let me work to be a starter, or at least in the two deep, and maybe I can be in the game. And I got my shot to be in the game in the 2010, 2011 version. Of course, there were no last names or anything. But hey, if you saw that 67 left tackle, oh, I'm in the game. This is crazy. And I can't remember the lawsuit that came out. I think it was in 2014. But if you were in that game for a certain time period, you got some money.
Right.
And so I think Tim Tebow, he might have got received the most. I got my little $300, $400.
Yeah.
but I was in the game.
Right.
And to see the guys now, I mean, you just got to build a team. And I
Yeah.
think you fill out a certain questionnaire, and you're likely in the game. And it's amazing how this works now. And I'm like, if we had this back in the day, come on, man,
Right.
come on, man.
I know my mom always listens to all these episodes, and she's gonna be, oh yeah, Jack's in the game. She's in her mid 70s. I don't. She doesn't have a gaming system, right? But she'll probably go out and buy it, just so, hey, my grandson's in this video game. We
There
can't
you
play.
go.
We can't play it at all. But damn it, we're gonna have it. And it's gonna be up on the. It's gonna be up on the mantle. Everyone's gonna see it when they come over. That's my grandson up there. Um, Mindset. Motivating factor, self determination theory. You mentioned that. And a lot of people that they hear that term aren't gonna know what that means. What's that mean, and what's that mean to you at Coastal?
Yeah. So I learned that in my master's studies at Ohio State, and I got my degree in sport coaching. And so it was a focus on coaching and leadership. And I'm like, if I'm gonna get my master's degree, man, I want to target it something that's going to help me and not be a waste of my time. And so that degree was beneficial, man. Master's of sport coaching at Ohio State, awesome. And we learned what's called the self-determination theory. I have it right here on my desk. And it basically says that people are motivated by three main factors. Number one, and I don't think it's in particular order, but one of them is autonomy. So when people feel like they have a choice um, in what they're doing and in what they're trying to accomplish, they'll get more effort into it. They'll go harder. And something as simple as in the weight room. Let's say you programmed, four working sets of, 70 to 80%, and you leaving the last two sets open sets. However, hey, Jim, you got to get between 315 and 365. You pick, but you can't go over 365. That's kind of how I keep a buffer on a leash or something like that on the athlete. But they can pick. It's like, all right, I ain't doing 315. And it's like, well, I did 335 last week. All right, I'm going to go 345. And so then you get a win because they had a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, belonging. Belonging. So that sense of community. I'm with a team. I'm with the group. I'm a part of my family. I'm a part of a group or a team in some aspect. When people feel that sense of community, they'll give more effort. They'll go harder. They'll perform at a higher level. And so when I have relationships with people and I feel like I belong to the group, next thing you know, you see performance increase. You see effort increase. And so we've seen that work at Coastal. It helps the freshmen. It helps the new guys when they're a part of the group and they feel included. And then lastly is the C, competence. So autonomy, belonging, and competence. So that's when I feel like I know what I'm doing in my environment. I know how to perform the push press. I know how to perform the clean. When there was a moment when I didn't know how to do it before. I know my way around the football building. I know how to use the Teamworks schedule app. When I know those things, now I can teach others and teach myself, and therefore, again, I'm motivated to give more into my environment, give more to my team, give more to myself.
It, those components get interwoven in your subconscious, but more so like in your identity. So that I have some autonomy. I made a choice. This is me, right? I'm also the belonging piece. It's no longer autonomy, but I'm still part of this group. It's still part of me. It's an extension. Like you said, you have a daughter, right? That person that is not you, but it feels like it's part of you. It's an extension,
Right.
like your arm almost. So more identity. And then you're like, hey, competence. I know what I'm doing. I'm capable. I'm smart. My ego is protected. I'm not the fool. I'm not an idiot, right? So again, my identity is strengthened in all three of those areas. So the stronger identity, part of this group, people will like the number one motivating factor typically with like in military units is like I don't want to let my teammate down.
That's right.
Not like I want to do well for me. Yeah, I hope I do well, but the last thing you want is to be the person that lets your teammate down. Hey, we lost because of you. I got hurt because of you. We got exposed because of you. You missed this block so badly that I got hit in my knee, my ACL got torn, right?
Hmm.
Right? You're just killing yourself now. Running back goes down and you missed a block. Oh my God, right?
Oh, that was how I was. That was the number one thing, and it still drives me now. Like I don't want to let my staff down. I don't want to let my interns down. And I don't want to let these players down. My wife, my kids, like, so I gotta take care of myself. I gotta train, I gotta sleep, I gotta rest, I gotta eat, I gotta hydrate, I gotta be the example. And so I don't want to let them down. Like I don't know who's watching me right now or who may be watching me in the future. I don't know who may come to this weight room and watch us train.
Right?
And so I can't be that weak link. I don't want to be that weak link. And so I'm driven by that as well.
Sure. Yeah. You want to have not necessarily just the accolades, but you want to be able to simply be dependable.
That's right.
When I go to this guy, I'm better because of it. Uh so the Chanticleer's that my youngest son Sam, he's everyone's different, right? Different personality. He's got the long blonde hair, you know, never met a stranger. We'll go to the ocean. He wants to skimboard or try surfing. And when he actually looked at Coastal for us. He's in the Midwest. He goes to Purdue. Business degree, business analytics. I go well, when he was looking in high school. He's like, maybe Coastal's not that far from the ocean. You know, it's pretty close to the ocean. I can get in the water a lot. That might be the place for me to go to college. Talk about just something fun around town. Where like this is the joint where I get the best food or best seafood or pizza, whatever you guys are into. But if you come down to coastal area and you're gonna tailgate or you're gonna go to the bars later or go out to the restaurant, what are the joint or two like, man, this is the best food around town.
Oh man, I'm like so. I get asked this question all the time, and I can't say I'm a foodie, but I will say I like to eat. I can still eat like my lineman days, and here, man, you're 15 minutes from the ocean, and I keep a running list of places to eat out here. If you come to Myrtle Beach, Conway, you got to go to the Crab, Tasty Crab House.
Bang.
Got to go there. You got to go to a place called Blueberries Grill. That's a great spot. And if I'm going to Blueberries Grill, I mean, I got breakfast food there. But you go to Tasty Crab, I mean, you're cracking crabs and lobster and
Mm,
shrimp pasta. I mean, and then and the seafood is different because it's fresh.
right.
It's from the ocean. Like around here, we're not going to Red Lobster. Like we're not. No. I mean, you're going to a place where you will get authentic, real shrimp, flounder, whatever it is. Um, you're getting that type of food. Mr. Fish's seafood market. Great spot.
Nice.
Great spot. The she crab soup is really, really good. There's so many places. I mean, like I said, I have a running list, and I mean, it's so many great places. And because even the tourist places are good, but you have a lot of spots out here that aren't touristy,
Right.
and you can get some great seafood if you really love it out there.
Awesome. I went to Purdue, and so what in the football world they were known for two things. Well, at the time, it was pretty fun because Joe Tiller was there, which then meant Drew Brees, Kyle Orton, and a few guys that pretty awesome quarterbacks. But they're known for that train that drives around town, and then
Uh,
they're the world's largest drum, right? The Horseshoe at Ohio State, the Big House in Michigan, Iron Bowl down south. What's Coastal known for? The mascot, what's the party like? What's Coastal's environment that they're known for at during football games or basketball games, things like that.
yeah, so I got to correct you. We're called the Chanticleers.
Chanticleers, not Chanticleers.
Shant, shant,
Shant,
shant,
Shant,
shant, Chanticleers,
Chanticleers.
and it's a rooster.
Yeah,
It's an aggressive rooster, and
from Shakespeare.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's where it's from. And this was all new to me, and so Coastal has only been in existence since 1954. Relatively young school, branched off from South Carolina Gamecocks, and became its own university in 1954. So relatively young campus, young university, of about 11,000 students and growing. I mean, right now, I mean, we're running out of housing because we're growing so fast. New buildings popping up everywhere, and exposure from the baseball program winning national championship 2016, runner up this past year. Football having successful years, especially in 2020. I mean, football has only been at Coastal since 2003.
oh
So,
wow.
young program growing. Softball program just won Conference championship. Baseball obviously won. Volleyball's been winning. I mean, our programs do a really good job around women's lacrosse. Really good job and reputable program up in the Sun Belt and the Big South previously. And so you come down here, man. It's a fun campus. It's a lively campus, high energy. I don't know much about the party life, but the players tell me it gets pretty crazy out here. And if you love the beach, you love the water, it's something about it. And people from everywhere. I mean, you have a lot of Northerners that come here, a lot of Jersey folks, New Yorks and Philly. They come down here and they love it. But it's a outstanding environment. Game day is amazing. And so, and now I'm really proud of where we are because our administration, new athletic director Chance Miller and his staff, I mean, they changed our game day environment. I mean, it's like a Power Four program out here. And so, actually, this year, free concessions. So, Jim, you got
Okay.
to come out.
All right.
Free,
Okay.
free. You got to come, man.
Okay.
So, and so we're creating just that environment. It's lively. We have staff members that have been at the higher levels, and so between knowing the local environment here, the tourist environment here, the tourist setting here, added with people who've seen at high levels, you add that and combine that with winning programs and a great product in sports. I mean, it's a great place. I think this place is a gold mine, if you ask me. I
Fun.
think it is. And we're trying to make it even bigger and better.
Fun. Fun. What's the team physically going to look like now that they get on the field here in the fall? What kind of product are you going to be putting out? Where are you guys looking to run, throw, both, balanced, real quick, or just dominate up front? Like, what's going to be Quinn's stamp on the football program here in 2025?
um, when you see the Coastal Carolina football program this year, you're gonna see a tough program. You're gonna see guys that impose their will on people, that try to dominate you every single play. Physically tough, mentally tough, emotionally tough. We hope that you don't see foolish penalties. We hope that when you see us, you see a certain standard of play where it's like, I like watching this team, and it won't be gimmicky. Brand new offense, air raid offense with Drew Hollingshead, the offensive coordinator. Um, Coach JJ Jeremiah Johnson came from Louisiana Tech, bringing that defense over here. Really excited about what we can bring. And so we try to focus on four major things this offseason, in the summer. And I believe in having a well-rounded, comprehensive program. I like it when people look at us and like, okay, you look different. Y'all look different. Like I like our old linemen to look a certain way, big, dense, confident. I like the D line to look imposing, lean, strong. I like our players to walk around like the big dogs because that's how
Mhm.
we train. We train to be big dogs. And we try to focus on being more powerful this summer, faster, playing with better leverage. So focused on our just ability to just to maintain what we call football position longer and in our work capacity. Like we want to outwork you, out train you, outsmart you, out hustle you
Mm.
all game long and then some. So and that's how we train and we train hard. We don't apologize for it. We actually like it when players say, "Hey, coach, I have to lead the program because I can't. This is too much for me." Like I like that. Now we hate to see players leave, but if we know that we made it so hard that guys take pride in it and wear hard training as a badge of honor, that's what we want.
Mm.
And then when they see it show up on game day, where it's just domination all game long, that's when you know it's like when the kids say, "Hey, weight room, better get in that weight room." I love that. That's a compliment to us and the work that the players put in the offseason.
So those O linemen starting off with some 300-yard shuttles.
Oh no, we ain't doing that here. No. Hey, that's one thing I learned. Like our linemen, we don't do that long distance running. It's spurts, it's
Right.
bursts. We are running past our conditioning. We might touch 60-yard tempos, linear tempos, but beyond that, 30 yards and less, man. We're pushing prowlers, we're pulling sleds, we're bear crawling, rolling, jumping. I like athletic linemen. We'll be athletic. But the long distance stuff, no, it's a different philosophy nowadays.
Not the ROI you're looking for any longer. Outside of football, you and your wife, what's a bucket list adventure you guys would like to do but haven't done yet? Place to go, whatever.
Honeymoon was in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Bad accent. Um, that was awesome. And then since having kids, they're 3-1. Arya's 3, Lucas 1,
Oh
and
yeah, you're on
they keep
lockdown.
us busy. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're locked. We ain't going anywhere.
I get that.
And we're like, okay, let's just get them in daycare, get them in school. Okay, boom. All right, may free up some time. But like, we really want to go to Africa.
Okay.
We want to just see what's out there, man. Just see what God has blessed Africa with, and just the beauty of it. Just beautiful scenery. You want to go see that. I want to go to Europe, just see different things. A part of me wants to jump out of an airplane,
Ooh, I've done
but
that.
then I'm like, my knees, man. I done had knee surgery.
Mm,
Meniscus is pretty much gone. I don't know if I want to do that.
yeah.
My wife definitely wouldn't, but definitely want to see the world and just travel. My grandparents traveled all the time, so we want to do that. But we love just different experiences, just trying something new, trying the food, the culture, the people, and just seeing that, a lot of us, we're similar, we have more similarities than differences. So, and when going to Dominican Republic it was totally different, but the people were so welcoming and nice, and they called me LeBron James. They kept calling me LeBron. They called my wife Cardi B. I, I don't know. It might be the beard
Right.
and my height. I don't know. But it was an amazing experience out there. So we definitely got to see another country, another continent, um, and maybe jump out of an airplane one day.
All right. Favorite sports movie?
Remember the Titans.
That's a common one.
Yeah.
Favorite sport to watch?
Ooh. It used to be football, but kids, man, I can't sit there for 3 hours anymore.
Right.
It used to be football. Um, I really love basketball, but I like playoff basketball
Yeah.
or Final Four basketball. I could
Right.
watch that. Just stakes are higher.
Favorite athlete to watch? Any sport?
Ray Lewis. I love Ray
Mm,
Lewis's intensity. I love Steph Curry's confidence. I love LeBron's dominance. And as a kid, watching Jordan cold blooded, I
right.
loved it.
You got a book that you recommend?
Yes, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Classic.
Uh, I took the cover off, but I got it right here.
Yep.
Dale Carnegie.
Th-
I love 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, any of his work. And then obviously the Holy Bible, but Dale Carnegie, man. And I love John Maxwell too. John Maxwell has some great stuff.
I've been through a couple of Robert Greene's books, and his disciple Ryan Holiday.
Yes.
Ryan Holiday came from Robert Greene. He was like his researcher for a while.
The
Um,
obstacle's the way.
yep, Obstacles Way. Love the Bible as well. Do you have a favorite superhero? And I want to say this could be a real life person, or it could be fictional.
Fictional Batman. Because he didn't have the supernatural abilities.
Right.
Just grit,
Right.
effort, work. Now he has some resources. He has some resources.
He sure did.
But
He
he's the
he
man.
made
And
those too. He
I
made those
like
too.
yeah, I like the Christopher Nolan Batman. I like
Oh yeah.
yeah, I like that one. I don't like any other ones. Real life superhero, I would definitely say my parents, and my parents, my grandparents, just kind of just how they raised me, and just having strong men in my life has been helpful. Having strong but also soft women in my life has helped me just grow. My wife is my superhero, so those people, Chastity, they've been awesome, and they've helped me just be the man I am today. So definitely them, and then Batman's in that mix.
How about the villain though? Who do you like there?
Thanos. Thanos. When he
Badass.
came on the scene and he's two piecing and slamming the Hulk
Right.
in the beginning, I'm like, oh, this dude's for real. Because we
Right.
thought the Hulk was indestructible.
Right. Super
Like,
strong.
and when he came in doing that, and then just his quotables, and he's bringing moons out, and I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's for real.
You got a favorite lift in the gym?
It changes. It changes. I rotate. Sometimes I like rowing and pulling big back. Then I like squatting. I'm a long-legged guy, so I like squatting. Something about leg curls and just that hamstring soreness the next day. That I really like that at times. If I had a favorite lift though, I'd probably do like a squat clean to a press or something like that. Hits everything, gets the heart rate pumping. But then I'm always a chest guy, but I've been punching in my whole life with O-line play. So it rotates, man.
You got a quote for us?
Be on guard. be strong, be courageous, stand firm in the faith, and then do everything with love. That is 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 and 14. Be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. Some translations say act like men, and then do everything with love. And that's how I live my life.
Attaboy, attaboy. Where can people find you?
I'm on every major platform, mostly on Instagram, at Quinn Barham. First name, last name, the same. I try to be pretty consistent, so it's easy to find me. Quinn Barham on Instagram, at Quinn Barham on Twitter X, and then I'm on LinkedIn as well. That's Samuel Quinn Barham. That's my full name, but I'm on every major platform. Facebook, I'm out there because my parents and my family members are out there, but mainly Instagram is where you can find me.
Awesome. And for those that want to reach out to us, keep doing what you've been doing. info@athlete-builder.com. Quinn, didn't disappoint 2 times in a row over the first time at Ohio State with combine prep. Help me out there. And then today on the show, a lot of energy, a lot of great nuggets, a lot of fun. I had a fun time. It was a fun show. And thanks for the generosity coming on the show today. Thanks for making a difference, making an impact, leaving the place better than how you found it. And good luck to you guys this season.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Wonderful opportunity, man. I'm glad we got a chance to get this time in. We're right in the middle of camp. And so, but this means a lot to me. And I appreciate you, what you're doing. I think you're a light, man. Keep going. I'm going to get your book. And so for all of you all that are out there, Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, check us out this year. Hopefully we won't disappoint. Free concessions at home games. Come see us. Conway, Myrtle Beach area. Shouts up.
Bang. All right, Quinn. We'll see you.